Hello and welcome to Happy Cells and Souls. My name is Julie Powers and I'm a licensed Zumba instructor and an affiliate with the Juice Plus company. And my missions in life are to help people know that life is better when you're dancing through it and to inspire healthy living around the world. But my expanded mission is to create better health at the cellular level and more joy at the cellular level. We only get one body while we're here and we have to take care of it. And we're supposed to spread light, love, joy, and happiness while we're here. And so let's do that, shall we? So in these conversations that I like to capture to share with you, I get to talk to people that I believe bring light, love, joy, and happiness into the world. And I would love for you to hear my friend Libby Medlin's story, or at least a tiny little bit of it, right? How much can we grab in 20 minutes? So I first met Libby, what was it, last spring, I think.
Mhm.
And I was really interested in what she had to say at a presentation about, she's an herbalist. She does sound baths using frequency and vibration to heal people. She's a Reiki master. She has all kinds of amazing talents. But I would love for her to share with you, the viewer, what does an herbalist do? What does it mean? What can you provide, Libby, to people um, and also talk about this sound bath? So let's go back to the beginning first. And I've talked with you so many times in the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. And I think that we're going to just rewind and replay your story so that the person hearing this for the first time knows why you left your former life and you are now in this new version of yourself. So take it away. Tell us the Libby Medlin story, shall you?
Sure, sure. And I wanted to also thank you for having me today. But my story started out with my interest in plants and herbalism as a child. My grandmother used to take me out to wild forage. So that was something that was a shared experience with my grandmother and my brother and all of us, all of the kids, were exposed very much to homesteading style life. And wild foraging was a part of that. And if you're not familiar with wild foraging, that is collecting your food from nature. And so that's berries, that's mushrooms, that's greens, that's dandelions. I mean, a lot of the things that we today in our modern society consider weeds or, less than desirable plants actually have fantastic properties. They're good for our health. They're good medicine. They're good really for our overall wellness. And, the best part is they're free. You don't have to go anywhere to get them.
Right.
They're right there in your yard or the local forests and fields. There's a lot of knowledge that goes into that. My educational background is starting with college. I have a bachelor's degree in education, and as much as I love teaching, I really decided that public school was not for me, and I wanted to go help people, but in a different way, in a different direction. So I thought, what can I do? And I landed in pharmacy. And so in pharmacy, I got a very clear look at how our healthcare system is functioning today. I got to see a lot of very, very sick people who are managing symptoms. They're managing symptoms, but they're not getting well. And along the road, I've had several bumps in my personal health journey as well. A two-time cancer survivor. and also a parent of a child who was a cancer survivor. So we learned a lot about taking care of ourselves, about wellness and health. And working in pharmacy, I just was not seeing people get well. I was seeing, a lot of perpetual illness, a lot of never really addressing the root cause of what's making us sick. So I decided that I had to do something different. I had to be a part of the solution. And in order to do that, I decided to just throw myself in to the holistic wellness arena. And it was a little scary at first. It was a little unfamiliar at first. There aren't a lot of holistic wellness practitioners in this area. And so I just threw myself in and I thought, okay, I'm going to learn as much as I can and, see what sticks, see what helps people, see what's working well, and expand on that.
Well, I love that you were trained as a teacher, as an educator first and foremost, so that you know the power of education and, knowledge is, well, applied knowledge is power. You can know a
Absolutely.
bunch of stuff, but if you don't actually do anything with it, then it's not going to be powerful for you. And I have very good friends that are in pharmaceuticals and in pharmacy, and it's really important to have those drugs. So
Mhm.
please make sure that whoever's watching knows that we are not saying that pharmacy is bad. We're saying that the sick care system in our country is not always fixing the problem. We're just putting those band-aids on. And so if we can go back to nature, and
Mhm.
as Hippocrates says, let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food, and use what is edible and usable, then why not? Why not go to
Oh,
the root
absolutely.
cause? And so when you're going to the root cause, you're literally going to the root cause
Yes.
and the root effect with herbs and plants that are growing in the soil and on the trees and on the stumps and the mushrooms and things like that. So tell us a little bit about that and what you've learned about herbalism and the kinds of things that it can actually help to go to those herbs. I mean, a lot of people know basic things,
Mhm.
chamomile tea will help you, relax and help you sleep better. That there are a lot of things that people are doing already that they may not really recognize as herbalism or an offshoot of such. So give us a little bit more information about that.
Sure. So herbalism primarily starts in your kitchen. It starts very simply with things we're all familiar with, like garlic, oregano, turmeric, um, basil. I mean, all of those herbs. Ginger is another great one. They're very, very powerful. They're very healthy for you. And I mean, most of us are familiar with elderberry and some of those herbs that are supportive to our immune system. Then we have other herbs like wormwood that's fantastic as an anti-parasitic. I mean, there we have a plant on this planet to help with virtually everything that ails us. I think it's better for us to use plants in a proactive way so that we're preventing illness from the beginning, so that we're getting ourselves as healthy as we can be. And that's one of the things that I do in my practice is help people learn to support their wellness in a way that they're not getting sick in the first place,
That's
because
great.
it's so much harder to come in on the back end after we're already sick.
Right.
and then try to fix it. I mean, there is a place where, yes, it's time to have surgery. Yes, it's time to take chemotherapy. Yes, it's time to take a prescription medication. I mean, just in my personal health journey, I have gone from taking 27 medications when I had cancer down to now I'm on 6. So I am
Pretty
not,
remarkable change.
yeah, I'm not in any way saying that allopathy or modern medicine is bad. It's just not doing the best job of supporting um our overall wellness and our health. So yeah, herbs are a great option. And as you quoted earlier, your food really is your medicine. And it starts in the kitchen. It starts in the soil. Our food, very often that's grown in a commercial industrial farming type setting, is very deplete of minerals. It's very deplete of nutrition because we've used that same soil over and over and over again, and we have not replenished it in the natural cycle of the way that plants are to be harvested and then die and then, replenish the nutrient value of the soil.
Mm-hmm.
So with that piece missing, then we get the artificial fertilizers added in. And although some artificial fertilizers are okay, some of them are honestly pretty toxic. Some of them are pretty bad for us. But when we're looking at a wild forage situation, when we're wild harvesting our food, when we're growing our own food at home, your nutrient density is going to be so much higher. And that's across the board. That's with herbs, that's with food, that's with really there's very little difference between herbs and food. We've just kind of gotten away from the knowledge and the variety.
Right,
Uh,
right.
and that's where I feel like I can step in as an herbalist and be a bridge for the common person who doesn't have the background and the knowledge and the years of study that it takes to know these things. And I can say, well, this is what you're wanting to accomplish, and these plants are the plants that can help you do that.
And so you have, in your practice, you help people so that they can do it for themselves, whether they're cooking meals and using certain herbs and spices and different things as they're preparing meals. But you also have tea and different things that you already have made up. And
Mhm.
you do have some resources that are available to people that are like ready-made. So for me, I'm all about eating as many fresh fruits, vegetables, berries as possible and using as many plants as we can. And I love throwing herbs and spices and especially ginger and garlic and cinnamon
Mhm.
and turmeric. And I love all of those things. But some people can't, won't, or simply don't spend any time in the kitchen, whether they want to or they don't want to. So having somebody like you offer some suggestions, like I have options for part of that formula of getting more nutrition into their body, and you have this other portion of it. So tell us about like your teas and different things like that. We have about 6 minutes left.
Mhm. Yeah, so I have got some ready-made teas. I also have oils. Right now, they're available through my office here in Farmington. I'm just 2 blocks from downtown, or they're available at Creations on Market over in St. Genevieve. I do have a consignment space over there. And our teas are nutritive, they're nourishing. Um, for the most part, they're loose herb, loose leaf, and you want to infuse those in water. Some of them are hot infusion, some of them are cold infusion. And so they're beneficial, supportive teas. I have both herbal teas and functional teas. And a functional tea is going to be something that supports a specific function in the body, like joint health. My joint support tea is fantastic to reduce inflammation. It helps moisten the joints. It helps with reducing of any kind of swelling that may be causing, like an arthritic type situation or a flare up. And it is just in general to support good joint health so that you're functioning at your highest level of wellness. And it's a simple thing. I mean, it's drinking 1 8-ounce cup a day.
Mm,
It's not like this big regimen where you have to put a lot into it. It's just a very simple 1 glass of tea a day.
right.
And that's all you need as a supportive supplement.
Now, I've
So
not heard of a cold infused tea before for this purpose. What can you give us an example of what that would be?
yeah, like my summer nourish blend is a cold infused tea. So what you would do is you soak the herbs overnight. So rather than it being a hot tea that has to sit there and steep and steep and steep, you simply add water to it and just let it cold infuse overnight.
Okay.
You
Hmm.
don't really have to do anything to it. It can just sit out at room temperature overnight, and then you would want to store that in the refrigerator after. And it's a great blend too. It's got hawthorn berries, great for your heart, oat straw, full of vitamin C, full of the B vitamins, really great just for overall wellness and support.
That's great to know. That is great to know. Okay, so and your company name is Essential Balance Holistic Wellness.
Yes.
LLC.
Yes.
LLC. And I'll include all of the contact information below this video. So if somebody's wanting to reach out to you to schedule an appointment, are all of your appointments done in person or can you do things online for people who are outside the area?
I can absolutely do in person or online. Either way, I can meet via Zoom or Google Meet. Um, so yeah, and I'm happy to meet here locally or online. Um, yeah, just contact through the website, shoot me a text. It's an easy way to get going. I do like to have a little meetup ahead of time so we can talk and discuss your health history, your medical history, what's going on with you, in the different realms of your life, the
Mhm.
8 pillars of holistic wellness, your nutrition, your finances, your environment, I mean, so I like to talk with people and really understand what's going on with them and where they're coming from. And
Right,
then we build a specific plan or a roadmap, if you will, that is going to help them get from where they are to their optimal level of wellness.
right. And I know that you are one of those people that if it's not something that is in your realm of expertise, then you are very helpful about finding or pointing people in the direction of their correct resources for them
Absolutely.
to go seek out additional care.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps when you're having that intake conversation, somebody desperately needs mental health and treatment, and you would be able to say, okay, you need to go and seek out this particular, type of.
Yeah, I have a network of other professionals
Right,
that I
right.
can recommend.
Well, we only have like 1 minute left because this is always so fascinating to learn about, and we have such short time that it's hard to squeeze everything in. But I do
Sure.
want to make sure that we list all of the other things that you can help with because I find the sound bath and the vibration
Mhm.
within the body to be really helpful, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I don't know if that's something that you can explain in 1 minute or less or not.
Well, the short version of that is to say that our bodies are mostly made up of water and empty space. And in order to have your body in balance, we can use the vibration of sound to give your body a tune up. That's the easiest way to explain it. I can use tuning forks, I can use bowls, and those frequencies help align the energy centers in your body. And so that is a fantastic way to naturally, non-invasively be aligned and in balance and attuned to the way your body should naturally function. If your energy is able to flow freely throughout your body, then you're just naturally going to be more prone to healing.
Right. I think the easiest way for people to maybe understand that is that when you're listening to music and it's in a major chord, it's much more uplifting, and
Oh,
it kind of
absolutely.
infuses the body with this energy and
Mm-hmm.
happiness. And if you're listening to music with a minor chord, which is that, and it's
Oh,
sad.
sure.
It actually pulls you down. And so it has that emotional effect on the body because it's changing the frequency and the vibration of your body. So
Yeah.
that's something that I know is very easy for people to understand if they're listening to different types of music. So um is there anything else that you would like to share before I have to stop the recording? Because I could talk to you for another hour, and I think that you have so much more to share, and maybe in the future we can do another conversation and we can
Sure.
talk more about this in depth, or we can veer off and talk about other things that you can do. But I think going to your website, people will be able to see all the different types of things that you offer. So if you want to give that again, and
Yes. My website is www.essentialbalance, HWLLC, HW for Holistic Wellness, LLC.com. And that will take you directly to my site. There are booking links there. I do offer a free 15-minute discovery consultation for anyone who has questions, who needs to know a little bit more about what it is that I do and how I can help them. And that's the thing. I want you to be your best self. It's a journey, and in order for us to be our best selves, sometimes there's some hard work to do, and so yeah, I'm always happy to help. And if I am not the right person, hopefully I can direct someone to the right person who can help them. Because I mean, it's so important for us to all be well and healthy and do our very best.
yes, thank you so much for sharing what you know. And I look forward to learning more about all the things that you offer. Thank you so much, Libby.
Yes, and thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it very, very much.